Hi, my name is Mårten Blix at the Research Institute of Industrial Economics in Stockholm, Sweden. We're seeing increased economic polarization across the world, which is now also spilling over to political polarization. We could ask the question if the welfare state is better able to cope with these developments, and that's the question I pose in my new book, Digitalization, Immigration and the Welfare State. But in fact, the welfare state is also challenged on these accounts. We're seeing it in three different dimensions: on the legitimacy of the welfare state, on financing the comprehensive welfare, as well as the way that the labor market works. So what has happened? We're seeing two new forces, large-scale immigration and an increased digitalization of the economy. On terms of immigration, Sweden has taken on board more than 3 times per capita the number of refugees compared to Germany. And it's becoming increasingly difficult to integrate the refugees and immigrants into the Swedish labor market. It takes about 9 years on average to reach about 50% employment rate if you look at those cohorts that came to Sweden in the late 1990s. This is becoming increasingly difficult to get people into work and to finance the comprehensive welfare programs. In terms of digitalization of the economy, we're seeing difficulties in that the very high taxes on labor makes it even stronger incentive to automate work in all sorts of dimensions, including services. We're also seeing the advent of these platform-based labor markets, such as Uber, where you match buyer and seller. And this uproots the system we've based on collective wage bargaining agreements between the employer and the union organizations. It's also making it difficult to tax these kind of activities. So when this grows, the Swedish labor market will be under increasing strain. In terms of physical security, the police has identified about 53 no-go zones where the rule of law is in question. I argue in my book that these are challenges that are going to be very serious for the Swedish welfare state, and that we need to see some judicious reform, or else the social contract on which the welfare state is built will begin to crack.